All right, weather-wise, I'm sure a bunch of wet dogs smell really nice right about now. That's another thing with Hans. He likes going out in the rain. All right, and we have had quite a bit of rainfall all day today. This is from a disturbance down along the Gulf Coast of Texas. Now, this system at the moment and the models have not been aggressive with development. Certainly, they have been sniffing this little feature out. Look, you get surface low pressure, Gulf of Mexico, early September. The models tend to go kind of crazy with it, and thankfully, they really have not been. They're certainly indicating the potential, and obviously, there is going to be some potential. Very warm water at the moment, not exactly the most hospitable conditions. As I'd mentioned earlier, we have a surface low kind of almost due south of Galveston Bay, then a mid-level low that's a little bit more removed to the northeast. What's happening is we have a little bit of wind shear, so you notice the drier conditions out to our west, and it kind of tilts the storm. You think about these systems that are tall into the atmosphere, but the two lows, the surface and the mid-level low, are not right on top of each other. They are tilted, so we call that vertically tilted. If they become vertically stacked, that's when you start to see the activity start blossoming. And that does not really appear to be the case with this, as the convection is just not doing much of anything in terms of organizing around that little surface low, which at the moment the wind's not exactly supporting any kind of real low. Winds right near the center of the invest, only at 7 miles an hour. Now, if we see those kind of tick up during the night and into the day tomorrow, maybe something is trying to form, but we're just not seeing that. So impacts to us, regardless of development, really won't change. We're still expecting more rain. We have had this steady light rain throughout the afternoon and evening now, and now going into the late night hours. There will be some pockets of some heavier showers that are possible through the overnight, but really the heavy storms probably won't get started until closer to daybreak tomorrow, and then off and on throughout the day. Another 3 to 5 inches possible. I don't think that's going to be a widespread issue. We'll be watching more for would be those heavy rainfall rates of 2 to 4 inches an hour, as well as any training of rain. That's what caused the issues in Slidell and up toward Pearl River. We have the flood watch that'll be in effect until Saturday morning, and then a coastal flood advisory with, generally speaking, more of a nuisance flooding in some of the usual spots, everything outside of the hurricane risk reduction system, and all at around high tide, running about 1 to 2 feet above normal. Rainfall totals today got some big soaking rains, almost 3 inches at Slidell. Officially at Kenner, though, just over an inch. So this system will be what creates our rounds of rain through the night and into the day tomorrow. And again, it looks like more tomorrow is when we'll have some of those heavier downpours throughout, and again, rounds throughout the day tomorrow and into the evening. Now, this model kind of tapers it off as we get late Friday night and into early Saturday. Maybe some showers Saturday morning. A big question mark is going to be this front. We will see the upper energy push the front south. That is coming in from Canada and the northern plains. Though what looks to be the case is that this upper trough is not going to deepen a great deal more. This is what pushes the front in and south. Then it starts lifting away early on Saturday, and there is going to be kind of leftover energy. That energy is the front. As again, what the question is, will it make it all the way south of our coast? If that's the case, and we clear out with rainfall, but some of the models are indicating the front stalls, maybe just along the coastline. So main threat for any additional rain into the weekend does look to be more coastal in nature. And it does appear as though we are going to get into that drier air. That doesn't really appear to not be on the table. It's just kind of the question of how much clearing do we see with that front. First, let's get through our heavy rainfall threat for Friday. Then we'll be kind of taking a closer look at that front on the way for this coming weekend. Either way, again, a good portion of the area should get into that drier air, which will make it feel a little bit more comfortable, and milder temperatures. And if we keep the cloudiness around, some spots could stay in the 70s for our first full weekend of September.